Like and subscribe right now, or else this will be in your bed tonight. r/AskReddit by Planet Reddit. You are offered $1 million if you can hide a pair of car keys from the entirety of the FBI force for 7 days. Where do you hide the keys? Easy. I just keep them on my person for a few hours. Inevitably, I will lose them. And even the entirety of the FBI tearing apart my whole house won't be able to find the damn keys. Same. But I have to place them purposely in a place where I will never forget them. Inevitably I will forget that very important obvious place and only remember that I thought it was very important and obvious. There is an ancient pagan ritual to dispose of any object. Place the object in an easy to remember spot. Close your eyes and visualize the object sitting in that spot. Visualize yourself going back to get it. Walk away from said spot. Remind yourself of its location. Wait 24 hours. Congrats, the item is now gone. However, if you shall ever stop needing it, be prepared to find illusory copies of it all throughout your household. Mail them to the FBI office. USPS Media Mail. USPS will deliver it postage due. The government never accepts packages postage due. Genius. A university janitor's keychain. I work security at the student center at my university. Attaching the key to my security keys is perfect. There's like 10 of them and I still don't know what they all do. They'll never take one off. 10 seems fine. My dad's keychain looks like the head of a morning star. I swear there must be 30 keys on there. But he actually uses all of them at least once a month. Tape them on the FBI's back. The jingling will haunt them all week. And they'll never find it. Mail hundreds of Decoy's keys across the world to China and Russia and everywhere else that dislikes the idea of FBI agents going through their mail system. And just leave the real keys in some random bush somewhere under a rock or something. Attach them to Decoy snails. Then when they think they've got the real one, bam. Decoy snail. Take a vacation abroad. FBI aren't going to be very effective where they have zero jurisdiction. I don't even need to go anywhere. I live in Canada. I would probably drive to the border just to taunt them though. Take the imprint of the keys. Melt the keys. After 7 days, use that taken imprint mold to retrieve the keys. Where do you hide the imprint? In my butt duh. Easy. Ask the CIA to hold them. Those two don't share shit. This guy knows how it works. If the FBI are after you, just say the CIA are after you as well. Cancels out. I'd bribe my way onto a container ship going anywhere in Asia that's registered to a non-US country. Doesn't matter where. It's the trip distance I'm concerned with, not the destination. If they don't have to be returned, well, once we're far enough out at sea, toss. Those ain't getting found 12,000 feet down. If they do, I'll hide them in a random container filled with stuff. Even if the FBI determines I'm on the boat. Once it's in international waters and since it's not a US ship, there's no jurisdiction to force it to turn around. I just need to hope they don't alert the Coast Guard before we hit the international boundary. Bribe your way onto a boat. But drop the keys in a random storm drain on the way there. While the FBI is busy trying to deal with the bureaucratic stuff of getting to you. The keys are safe and nowhere near you. Only problem with that is it's way easier to track someone on land. They could have eyes on you and you'd probably never know. You could look over 1 second and a kid, or what you thought was a kid, is now holding his wrist to his head and bing bang boom, there's your money gone if they can find it in time. Edit. Wrote hand instead of head. It's still not a perfect comment but I'm leaving it. Put them in the mail. Send them to an address that does not exist in a foreign country. They will come back in a few weeks, months. Send them UPS ground to your next door neighbor. That'll still take about 9 days. And they will mark it delivered a week early, triggering an FBI raid, but they won't find the keys because a UPS guy drove straight by the address when he marked the item delivered. Then a week later, when your master plan is published and everyone finds out, a bunch of eerily timed doorbell cam gifs will reach the front page, will really amiable UPS delivery actors doing something cute and friendly as part of the PR damage control process. Duct tape it inside a Starbucks cup. Drive to a part of town where tomorrow is garbage day. Leave it in some random person's garbage bin by the street. Honestly, this is one of the easiest. It's brilliant. Yeah, but now I'm rethinking it. The issue with this one is that I should have assumed that using pretty ordinary policing methods the FBI will be able to track my movements in the days leading up to the hiding. Obtain a great deal of security camera footage of places I went. I think I would still stick with the inside the coffee cup method. But instead of ditching it across town, I'd surreptitiously drop it in a garbage along my daily commute. I would call their office directly with a tip on where they are, and watch them never follow up on it. It's foolproof. Yes, this set of keys is threatening to shoot up its school. Yeah. There are postings online, texts, and voicemails of his that corroborate that and scare me. They're here on my desk at this address. Yes. I believe the keys already own some guns. Truly a foolproof plan. They'll never come by. FBI. I can't believe those keys shot up that school. This was an unforeseeable tragedy. Does the FBI know I'm the one with the keys? If not, I just keep them with me and use them as my actual keys. If they do know it's me, I lock them in a box and throw it in the Delaware. You'd have better luck with the Squirrel. Nobody is going in that water. Plus, the FBI probably can't figure out how to spell it, and will give up on the keys out of embarrassment. I give them to my friend, who is conveniently going on a vacation with loaned money. He dead. Yeah, they got him. Too obvious. Put them in a magnetic key hider, and stick them under some random 18-wheeler at the local truck stop, while the FBI is hunting for the keys. I change out the locks in the car. FBI comes screaming into my driveway with 60 seconds left on the clock. Tries the keys. They don't work. FBI concludes they have lost. I get $1 million. Put them in a sock. Put the sock in the dryer. Repeat until it goes to wherever socks go when they disappear from the dryer. Downside. They'll be gone forever. Edit. Guys. I spelled it dryer instead of dryer. In 3 hours. No one corrected me. I just don't even know who you people are anymore. Haven't you realized that when the socks disappear they come back as random Tupperware lids? Bro. My first ever gold. Thank you. But then the keys were assimilated into the lid. After 7 days. Put the lid on a Tupperware. Throw it in the dryer. And all that will be left is the key and a Tupperware with no lid. Throw them in the ocean. Never said I have to be able to retrieve them. Yeah, just tie em to a rock and throw em in the Marinara Trench. That's one spicy meatball. I'd tape them to my desktop and open incognito mode. Modern problems require modern solutions. This is the FBI. We are here inquiring about your child comment that appears to be floating in thin air, not attached to any sort of parent comment whatsoever. I'll give them to my 3-year-old to hide. Good luck finding them after that. No. If you ask your 3-year-old to hide them, they'll do a shit job. You hand them over and say, "This is very important. I need you to keep track of these for 7 days and that will guarantee they never get found." Me. Put these where they belong, please. Kid. Okay. Keys disappear into nth dimension, never to be found again. I stick them in my printer's ink cartridges. When the printer fails to work they will assume everything is normal. And with that $1 million you'll almost be able to afford another set. Goodness. Do you expect to win the Price is Right anytime soon? That kind of money could easily get 3 or 4 cartridge sets replaced. On the 3rd page of Google search. Page 1 of Bing. That's cheating. The 3rd page of a Google search is a fictional land. Is destroying disfiguring allowed? If so, I would take as many keys I could get my hands on and put them on different rings so that there is at least one almost identical match on 4 or 5 of them. And hide them in the following places. 1 within a private property that has high security, like a bank, as the main decoy. 1 underwater on the beach. 1 out of the city. 1 underground. And 1 in a dead body at a morgue. No reason in particular. I make all these trips very obvious, as they will definitely follow me. And after placing the 1 at the bank, pretend to have troubles with the car. But where I've really put it is at a grocery store. I would stop it on the way. In the fresh produce aisle. Why? As someone who worked at one. Even though they try to keep stuff fresh with cold air and preservatives and stuff, it only lasts so long. They then toss it. Where it goes to the compost, which is either reused or put in a dump. Either way, it has to move to several locations on the way, with many splits and such. And if they have enough manpower to search all the possible locations, give them a round of applause. Okay, Dwight. Literally read this entire thing as Dwight. Hide them inside a power supply, inside a PC, inside a box, inside a bag, inside a trash can, inside the side gate of an abandoned house a few blocks away. Just remember to remove any stickers that say Intel inside. Edit. Tism for my first silver. Assuming I get a day of prep time, and that I can't damage the keys to the point that they are unrecognizable. 1. Microwave the keys. Go to fry any electronics inside of them. 2. Buy a keyring and a heart-shaped keychain. 3. Write a time and date on the keyring, along with a phone number. Call at this date. 4. Walk up to a random person. Do a small favor for them. Tell them to do a favor for someone they care about, then give them the keys. And to keep the chain going. 5. Chaotic system created. I don't know where the keys are. The FBI has to get a warrant for every person in the chain. And if the keys are lost, or thrown in the garbage, all the better. Good luck finding them. There's a small chance that the FBI will find me given the keys. But I like my odds. The key opens the box with the $1 million. Hope the last person calls. Well, I gave the keys to Zeke. And then he went out on a crab boat. Should be back when the season's over. Assuming he lives. I'd just leave them on an airplane. If the airline can't find my Nintendo Switch that I left on it, I doubt anyone is gonna find some keys. Edit. Well, this blew up quite amazingly. Thanks for the silvers. And now my highest rated comment is a passive aggressive projection to an airline about something that's my own fault. Second edit. I'm aware someone most likely has it. And I probably won't see it again. I used to work for an airline and had to clean the planes after flights. I can guarantee that it was pocketed by a worker. We don't make much anyway. Also, every airline has a "don't talk about it" policy we all just go with and only turn in the stuff if the owner asked about it or if the device has a tracking device in it. The managers don't even try to find the owners. Even if there is a name on it. They get a reward the more stuff they send to headquarters for vulnerable lost items. To me that's messed up, and personally, I have no need for another phone or device or anything. By the time I caught on to the manager's benefit of it all, I started keeping the stuff I found like Kindles and iPads and stuff and mailed them to the owners or reported to the company where they relayed the message. I left my Samsung fridge on once. Called them but they couldn't find it either. Was gonna say up my ass, but my uncle works for the FBI. I used to play a game called Where Are the Keys with my uncle. Remarkably similar to what you've described. r/Sex offender. I'll turn them into tiny little keys. Then I put those keys in a box. Put that box inside another box. I'll mail that box to myself, and when it arrives, I'll smash it with a hammer. Plain sight. I pretend to use them as my real car keys. Ducking easy money. I can think of several locations. Inside of my hot water storage system tank. Cut a piece of framing timber. Bore a hole in it. Place keys inside and secure it to another piece of framing in the roof or under the house. Take a new large candle, drill a hole in the underside. Insert the keys. Fill back up with the wax shavings. Place it in the oven so it melts back up and wrap it back up like new. You just shared your secret to the government. Go to think of a new one. These are the ones I don't use. Nice try, FBI chief. You're not slick. PLS, I only have 2 days left. This case just got interesting. Well, not just. It was pretty interesting to begin with. This case just remained interesting. I'll let you know when the 7 days are up. Edit. Okay. I couldn't wait 7 days. But doing a quick search, no one seems to have mentioned my hiding place, which is a huge plus. Lol. So, I'm guessing the rules for this would be that you had to recover the key at the end of the 7 days and not destroy it. Otherwise you could just totally destroy it or just throw it somewhere it's impossible to get, which would be more losing than hiding. Or you could attach them to a helium balloon and wave goodbye to ever seeing them again as they floated off into the sky. So, my hiding place is a two-part thing. First part is to make copies of the key. These will be placed in obvious, but not so obvious hiding places. Hole in the ground, under floorboards in the house, safety deposit box, locker, PO box, posted to me, etc. So if one is found, I can pretend it's the real one and wait out the 7 days, then inform them it's not. I would glue some magnets to the keys, or put them in a small metal box with magnet if they have some kind of keyless entry signal. Whilst out shopping, find a shelf that is metal, lower down so it's out of eye view. And whilst browsing for my weekly shopping, stick it to the underside of a shelf. No one would suspect because I would have already thrown them off by hiding the decoy keys by making it obvious I'm going to locations to hide them. In my panties. No one ever looks there. Comma. Edit. Go figure. My highest rated comment ever is about me stuffing keys in my panties. And my inbox isn't too bad. However, do not take that as a personal challenge. Rip your inbox. Rip your inbox. With love and affection. You/absolute anal. Fix that for you. Keys go in a plastic Easter egg. The Easter egg goes in your anus. It'll have to come out for you to poop. And it'll have to go back in after. You'll have to learn to do it without lube, because if you always carried lube with you it might tip them off. Also, you will need to not move very fast because you might rattle. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for 3 videos a day.